Right and left to right, or right to left, and the tip controlled by the Broncos. Jesse Berry gets it across the timeline. Again, the Broncos in their black uniforms. Shot up and no good by Stacy. Rebounded by Berry. Berry along the sidelines over to Colin Belting. He drives the basket. Now over to Stacy, top of the key. Now to Roddy Richardson. Rashid in the paint. Now into Belting. Belting out to Stacy for a three-pointer. Up and no good. And the rebound by the Hot Dogs as Troy Porter gets the rebound. Pass thrown out of bounds. Wow. There was about 3 Broncos there, Tyler, and it went right through all 3 of them's hands and then out of bounds to the Broncos. Well, another pressure in the ball. So's the Hot Dogs here. Man-to-man defense. Berry. Yep. Too much dribbling there. He got a lot of pressure from Justin Spears, a 6-foot senior for the Hot Dogs there at half court, and got an over and back call on Berry. First turnover for the Broncos here in the early going. No score here. We're in the second night of the J&C Hoops Classic here from Lafayette Jeff High School in the Crawley Center. A lot of pressure defense on the ball there. Yep. Stolen. Here comes Berry in for a layup. Up and no good. Rebound by Easton. So Berry, a turnover, and misses a bunny underneath the basket. Here comes the Hot Dogs. Porter on the side. Layup. Up and good by Justin Spears. He tripped over his own feet, I think, there, Tyler. Here's Stacy. He's down. He loses the ball out of bounds. Well, they're really fired up here, pressuring the ball. Both teams in a man-to-man defense. The Broncos committed 2 turnovers after 2 shots up and no good. Another pressure defense put on by the Broncos at half court, full court pressure. Yep, and a 10-second count. So there's a feather in the Broncos' defensive cap as a turnover. 10-second count in the backcourt. They weren't able to get the ball across half court in time. So Bronco basketball. Here's again, I'm going to look up here. It's got the home team up 2-0, and it's not Lafayette Jeff. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Belting shot up and no good, but he's fouled in the paint as Frankfort leads by a score of 2-0. But Colin Belting going to shoot 2 free throws. Now, free throws are all important, whether at the end of the ball game or whether at the very beginning. So let's see if Colin gets nothing but net on the first one. Broncos on the board as Tyler was hoping. Wishful thinking there, Tyler. Wishful thinking. Chime on in there, Alex, if you see anything. We'll try and get back to you on some comments.
Well, so far, I can see that Frankfort seems to have some pretty sloppy ball handling. They're not doing too well. Yeah.
Well, turnover by the Hot Dogs. They lead 2-1 here. 5:55 to go in the first period. Broncos on the attack. Berry across half court. Being hawked by Justin Spears, and the ball is thrown out of bounds. Berry thought it was tipped. He tried to get a pass to Colin Belting, or right out in front of the Frankfort bench. Well, he needs to keep a couple deep breaths here and calm down and play Bronco basketball. Frankfort on the attack here. Here's Spears at the top. He gets it over to Evan Hall. Evan Hall at the top of the key. He gets it over to Porter. Porter can't do anything, and he loses out of bounds. Well, there's definitely, it might be like 5-4 right now, but I think the Broncos are leading in turnovers rather than points. Berry, top of the key, over to Roddy Richardson from the wing. Three-pointer up and good. Good. Absolutely good. Yep, we're going to get a reach-in foul. Looks like on Nick Stacy. He tried to reach on Justin Spears. First foul on the Broncos. Hot Dogs have committed one team foul. Each team with one team out. 5:16 to go. Broncos lead 4-2. Hot Dogs on the attack. Tanner Swoboda trying to make a move on the wing. Can't do it. Now in the paint. Offensive foul as Tim Eason tried to make a move to the basket on the baseline. He just turned and ran right into, Nick Stacy. Get a +3 on Nick Stacy for taking a charge error on the baseline. So here come the Broncos. Again, man-to-man defense by the Hot Dogs here in the half court. Barry, top of the key, hawked by Tim Easton. Barry going to, nope, looks like we got a reach-in foul right in the paint as Barry is ready to shoot. Foul was committed before the shot, so we'll be out of bounds. Well, if Barry keeps attacking the basket, there's going to be a lot of those fouls. Another turnover as Nick Stacy tries to get the ball in to Barry, and it's tipped out to a Frankfort Hot Dog. Here's the Hot Dogs on the half court. Troy Porter on the wing. He's double teamed. Now he gets the ball inside to Eason. Eason turned around, shot up, and no good. Rebound by Roddy Richardson. It looks like we got a foul. It's going to be on Porter. He was on the floor. Nope. 24. Well, I saw as I was saying, I thought the foul was on Troy Porter. He was on the ground there, but I thought he may have jumped in there, but well, Spears trying to trigger it in. A wide open Hall shot missed. Rebound by Porter up and good. No good. Yeah, I got blocked out there. No good. Yeah, we can't have that. We got to work the ball. We just can't have him coming down and shooting. Looks like we got a shot up and no good by Tanner Swoboda. We're going to have a couple substitutions for the Hot Dogs. But we're going to have Swoboda shooting 2 free throws here with 4:20 to go in the first period. The Broncos leading 4-2 in this so far sloppily played game. Absolutely. Well, number 40, Dakota Isgrig into the ball game. And also number 12, Stanley Moore, a 5'8 junior. Isgrig, a 6'5 freshman. Both free throws up and good. That ties the game 4-apiece here with 4:17 to go in the first period. Here's Roddy Richardson. Well, Tyler and Alex, that's a good sign here. We need to get the ball to Roddy because he's 2 for 2 for three-point range, and we need to get the ball to the guy that's got the hot hand. Yeah, almost a double dribble there by Stanley Moore. He's got a traveling violation called on Troy Porter of the Hot Dogs as the Broncos lead 7-4. Barry running the attack, going to the layup, up and good. So Jesse Barry, yep, his first 2 points of the ball game here. And the score now 9-4 with 3:30 to go here in the first period. Again, man-to-man defense by the Broncos, really putting pressure on the ball. As the Hot Dogs just moving it around the perimeter. Here's a three-point shot up and no good by Stanley Moore. Rebound by Barry of the Broncos. Well, another layup by Jesse Barry as he's got 4 points now, and we'll have to see what Frankfort's going to do because he keeps driving the paint like that. Somebody might try and get in there and take a charge, but so far the Broncos haven't had that happen. Hot Dogs on the attack, man-to-man defense. Porter tried to get it inside, can't do it. Moore takes a shot, up and good. So Stanley Moore gets 2 points for the Hot Dogs. It's 11-6 now. Here's Barry for the three-pointer. Well, Shot up and good by Tanner Swoboda. And I don't think Coach Bunnell's too happy there. I think we'll go ahead and keep it here. It's like the 30-second timeout. But Tyler and can get in and possibly get in rebounding position when he does take it. But we're shooting it, and there's nobody in rebounding position. Yep. Well, we're back to action here with 2:23 to go here in the first period. Nick Stacy headed to the baseline. Great defense there by number 21, Tanner Swoboda, as he cut off the baseline. Stacy shot and missed. He goes up for a shot, up and no good. It looks like a circus shot there. Well, we just need to slow this thing down a little bit and run our pace. Shot up and no good by Roddy. Absolutely. This game's getting pretty wild. Hot Dogs on the attack. Here's a pass into Porter, up and good for the Hot Dogs. Troy Porter gets the shot. Now it's 11-10. 1:36 to go here in the first period. The Broncos need to work the ball around a little bit. Stacy going toward the baseline. We're going to have a blocking foul. Looks like that foul's going to be on Stanley Moore. Pretty good defense, but he gave instead of taking the charge. Couple substitutions for the Broncos. McClatchy, Layton. Yep. Nick Stacy going to trigger it in here with 1:29, triggering on the baseline. He gets it into R.J. Layton. Layton over to McClatchy, the top of the key. Slowing it down a little bit. McClatchy's going to take a shot up and no good, and he goes over the back of Tim Eason. So it didn't take long for McClatchy to get some stats. Unfortunately, a missed shot and a foul. Well, that's true, Tyler. That's true. He did follow his shot. So we're at the 1:20 mark of the first period here. Sweet Lou, Jeff Luzat, along with Tyler Gunther and Alex Lind here on Jeff 92 for the J&C Hoops Classic. Second night. Yep, but he gets tripped up. There's going to be a foul on Tanner for the Hot Dogs. Well, it'd be nice, too, if him to kind of work around a little bit, if somebody could get him a screen a little bit instead of him having to work so hard himself. Nick Stacy gets it over to Barry on the side. He's backing in. Shot up and a blocked shot. Barry gets his own rebound there from the blocked shot. That shot blocked by Swoboda. Barry now headed to the basket in the paint. 10-footer up and good. Yeah, he's facing the basket. Nice shot by Jesse Barry. 40 seconds to go here. 13-10. Shot up and no good by Porter. Rebound by Barry. He gets thrown away by Barry as he tried to get into Rodney Richardson's. Here's come Porter for a layup. Up and good. So Coach Bunnell not real happy with the Broncos now. They do lead 13-12 here with 20 seconds to go. Broncos on the attack. Nick Stacy with a three-pointer. Up and no good. McClatchy tries to get the rebound out of bounds. And we're going to have a substitution. Colin Belton coming in for Jesse Barry. 16 seconds to go here. Try and get him a little bit of a rest before he head into the second period. Yep, I think that's a great observation. Hot Dogs on the attack here. Evan Hall. Easton shot up and no good. Rebound up and good by Swoboda at the buzzer. And that puts the Hot Dogs ahead by 14-13. We come the out of bounds in here to start the third period. Again, man-to-man defense by the Broncos. Attacked by Spears. Here's a shot up and good by Tim Eason as the Hot Dogs take a 16-13 lead. McClatchy shot up and again no good. Tipped up by Colin Belting. Belting with a three-pointer from the baseline is good. So a nice set shot there, Tyler, by Colin Belting. Swoboda with the rebound is good and one. Like we're going to get
Yeah, from what I've seen,
Colin, go ahead.
Offense is pretty shaky on both sides. They both have pretty good defense, but offense isn't doing too well.
Well, it's just like to me, it's kind of like one-on-one stuff here instead of working the offense. Guys are just coming down, driving for shots, and nobody in rebounding position. You got it. Tanner Swoboda gets the two-point basket, 18-16. Hot Dogs on top. And as they say, and one as he hits the free throw, 19-16, 7:20 to go here in the first half of play. Roddy Richardson's on the side. He goes inside in the paint, shot up and good. So Richardson. Yep. Looks like we got another timeout. It's going to be a 30-second timeout called by Coach Bunnell. So we've just got an injury timeout. Number 21, Tanner Swoboda, having some tape put on his upper arm there. I'm not exactly sure where that's a cut or what there, Tyler. So not a timeout by the Broncos. We're just, and we're going to go ahead and get a substitution. Number 12, Stanley Moore, is going to go ahead and come in for Tanner Swoboda. But he may be going to go back. Yeah, but there'll have to be some time on the clock since he was substituted for. Hot Dogs on the attack. Tyler Porter, top of the key, being guarded by Roddy Richardson. Now Barry, he's attacking Spears. Spears takes a shot up and gets the roll. 21 for Frankfort and 18 for Lafayette Jeff. 6:40 to go. Shot up and good by Rashad Richardson. So it's 21-20 Frankfort. Teams trading two-point baskets here. Again, man-to-man defense by the Broncos. Yeah, here's Barry putting pressure on Spears. Spears loses the handle. Ball picked up by Evan Hall. Here's a driving layup by Stanley Moore, and they're going to get Nick Stacy with a hand check there. Moore was driving the baseline. It's going to be the 16th foul on the Broncos. Ball still out of bounds. One more, and they'll be in the bonus. 5 team fouls on the Hot Dogs. Here's a trigger by Spears. Spears gets it into number 32, Evan Hall, with a 10-footer on the baseline. It's good. So 23-20, 6:10 to go here in the first half. Barry, top of the key. Wouldn't take a three-pointer, doesn't. Now Richardson, he drives the baseline. In the paint, shot up and no good. And nobody there to rebound for the Broncos. Yeah, they just get one and done. That's it. No offensive rebounds at all. There's a pass. Tipped. Yep, Tanner Swoboda tried to get it into Troy Porter, and it goes out of bounds. They're triggered right in front of the Lafayette Jeff bench. Ball into Spears. Spears now into Easton. Back to Spears. Spears in trouble. Gets it over to Troy Porter, top of the key. He's driving on Richardson. Now over to, who's that shot by? Number 32, Evan Hall, up and no good. Barry gets 22. Tim Easton got that foul as Barry drove coast to coast for that layup miss, but he got fouled. And well, this is going to slow down because each team has 16 fouls now. Of course, he was the foul in the act of shooting, would get 2, but any more fouls now, whether they're shooting fouls or common fouls, will be free throws coming. So this second period is going to slow down here just a little bit. Yep, those things come back to haunt you. 23-20, Frankfort Hot Dogs over the Lafayette Jefferson Broncos. 5:31 to go here in the second period. Second free throw up by Barry, gets nothing but net. 23-21, Hot Dogs on the attack. And we'll see if Courtney can get things rolling. Here's a shot by Evan Hall, up and no good. Rebound by Jesse Berry. He crosses half court. Got Richardson on the side here. Going to drive. Takes a 17-footer from the baseline, up and no good. Yeah, Rashad tried to get that rebound, but he was blocked out pretty successfully there by Tim Easton. So Hot Dogs on the attack. Here's Spears. Gets him. He's at the top of the key, over to Berry on the side for a three-pointer, up and no good, but Richardson gets the rebound. He's going to make a one-on-one move. No, gets it over to Berry. Berry guarded by Spears in the paint, now over to Richardson. Roddy drives the lane, up and no good. He should have used the bank board. Well, we've got a violation, and it's a new rule that came into effect a couple of years ago. Number 23, Justin Spears, got the rebound and swung his elbows around. He did not make contact with anybody. If he would have, it would have been a foul, but it's a violation as of 2 years ago when you swing your elbows like that, even though you don't run into anybody. You got the rebound and just swung him around. So, yeah, that's a new rule that came in a couple years ago. Here's a shot up by Walden, an air ball. 23-21, Frankfort on top of Lafayette Jeff. 4:15 to go here in the first half of the first game tonight of the JNC Hoops, second night here, Tuesday night. Oh. Looks like we're going to get Stacy from behind. And that's a 17th foul now on the Lafayette Jefferson Broncos. R.J. Layton ready to come in. As I mentioned earlier, about a minute ago, both teams in the bonus, so free throws will be shot on every foul. Number 4, Troy Porter, a 6'3" senior for the Hot Dogs. First free throw up and no good. Rebound by Roddy Richardson. He gets it to Jesse Berry. Now to R.J. Layton on the baseline. Back to Berry. He's on the wing for a three-pointer. Up and no good. So again, one and done, Tyler. And there's somebody's man not being guarded as Tanner Swoboda gets a baseline four-footer there, 25-21, and yep, we lose Jeff Luzatter along with Tyler Gunther and Alex Lind as we're ready to head into the 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go here in the second period. Broncos on the attack, trailing 25-21. Jesse Berry over to Richardson. Richard top of the key now. He drives the baseline. Up and no good. We're going to have a blocking foul on Dakota Isdrake.
Frankfort on Dakota Isdrake. His first team seven. Shooting 2, Roddy Richardson.
Well, they're a completely different team than the way they were last Wednesday. Richardson first free throw up and good. Again, both teams committed 17 fouls, so we're going to shoot a lot of free throws as we get more fouls called here. Richardson second free throw up and no good. I haven't got the official statistics, but I'm sure their free throw percentage is about 50-50, Tyler. I think we just need to settle down a little bit, run the offense, find the open man, and yeah. Shot up and missed by the Hot Dogs. Here's Roddy Richardson over to Layton. Layton back to Richardson. Richards top of the key. Now over to Walden for a three-pointer from the baseline, up and no good. Here come the Hot Dogs. Porter gets it across the timeline. Now over to Spears. Spears can't do anything with it. Gets it over to Swoboda. Here's a shot up by Porter at the three-pointer. Good. And the Hot Dogs now have their largest lead of 6 points, 28-22. Frankfort over Lafayette Jeff. Berry gets it over to Walden. Walden back to Berry, top of the key. 2:45 to go here in the first half. Berry back over to Walden. Walden again, another three-pointer, and he finally hits one from the baseline. Third time's a charm, I guess, Tyler. Just need to warm up a little bit. There's an errant pass. Yeah, errant pass by Porter. Berry driving the baseline. He shot up and no good. I think you're exactly. Great hustle by Roddy Richardson as he sails on his chest and slides out of bounds over in the corner there, just down at the end of the Bronco bench. 2:11 to go here. 28 for Lafayette Jeff, 25 for Rossville. Here in the first half, J&C Hoops Classic, night number 2, game 1 of 2 tonight. McCutcheon will take on the Twin Lakes Indians in game 2 right after this one. Frankfort on the attack. Justin Spears, top of the key. He's double teamed and gets called for traveling. Pressure defense there by Rashad Richardson. Forces a turnover. 1:56 to go. Jesse Berry crossed the timeline. Again, man-to-man defense by the Hot Dogs. He gets it over to Richardson. He's at the top of the key. Now over to the wing to Berry. Berry into Rashad. Baseline shot up and no good. And there's just, like you mentioned, Tyler, there's 3 white jerseys there. No Bronco players in to try and get an offensive rebound.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of misses tonight.
Shot up and good by Tanner Swoboda. And it's back to a 5-point lead, 30-25, 1:20 to go. Rashad, top of the key. Rashad Richardson, that is. We've got 2 Richardsons. Here's Roddy Richardson. Layup. Offensive foul called. Player control foul on Richardson. He charges in. And I'll tell you guys, we got 1:11 to go before halftime. I would not want to be in the Jeff locker room because I don't think there'll be any talking by the players. Another turnover by the Hot Dogs. Berry gets a layup and an assist goes to Roddy Richardson. 30-27, 50 seconds to go. As you said, they could close this gap here. Full court pressure now put on by the Broncos. Zone 1-2-2, double team. Timeout called by Jason Good of the Hot. 44 seconds to go. Looks like it's a 30-second timeout, so they'll tear us to shreds if we keep playing ball like this. Play back in by the Hot Dogs now again. Almost a turnover. Here's a shot up by Swoboda, up and no good. He was intimidated by Roddy Richardson. 30 seconds to go. A 3-pointer here could tie this game. Kick. Oh, not a kick ball. I guess it was a pass, but not a kick ball. There was a turnover by the Broncos. There's McClatchy putting a lot of pressure. Here's a shot up by Porter, up and no good. Almost a foul. It looks like he did get fouled. We're down to 10-second mark now. Richardson gets it across the timeline. We're at the 5-second mark. Looks like he's going to hold for one. Loses the handle. McClatchy for a 3. No, just hits the rim. Richardson down, but I don't think he's not. Graceful sponsorship here on Jeff 92. Roddy Richardson going to key it in for the Broncos, and the second half is underway again. 30-27, Frankfort over Lafayette Jeff. Nick Stacy, top of the key. Here's Roddy Richardson with a 3-pointer, and it's an air ball, so that's not a good sign, gentlemen. There was a shot up and good by Tanner Swoboda as he got... No, we're not. Looks like we're going to get a holding foul as Jesse Berry drives down the paint and gets a foul called on him. That foul's going to be committed by Justin Spears. Spears commits his second foul. And we're going to have Justin. Looks like Colin Belding's got a... Well, they've got some tape around it, and they've adjusted around his thumb there on his left hand. Berry's first free throw up and good for the Lafayette Jefferson Broncos. They trail 32-28 as we're just underway here. 7:29 to go here in the third period. So Berry now with 11 points in double figures. Frankfort working around. Here's a layup by Eason, and he loses a handle. Oh. Court not long enough for Belding there, as Rashad tried to get a nice bounce pass. It started about 3/4 at the other end and got to half court and way past him. So man-to-man defense, shot up by Spears, up and no good. Rashad Richardson with the rebound for the Broncos. He crosses half court. He heads down to the paint. He shoots and scores. Well, it's 32-31 now. Broncos just trailing by a point. Here's a shot up by, going to be a shot up and by Swoboda, up and no good. Porter takes a shot and misses. Here comes Roddy Richardson, layup, but he's called for traveling. Too many steps before the shot there, says the man in stripes. So turnover for the Broncos. As we mentioned on the stat sheet, the Broncos with 8 turnovers. I think they ought to keep pressing the ball if they can here, guys. Shot up and no good by Eason. And a rebound basket by Swoboda. And Frankfort 34, Lafayette Jeff 31. Barry, 17-footer, up and no good. Rashad Richardson with a rebound, gets it over to Roddy Richardson. He's down on the baseline. He's going to drive. Shot up and no good, and nobody to rebound for the Broncos again. Pass in, driving layup up and no good. Rashad Richardson. Rashad up and no good. Roddy Richardson with the rebound. Loses the handle. Frankfurt's got the rebound. This is starting out just like it did, Tyler and Alex, just like it did in the first half. Just kind of helter-skelter all over the floor. Yeah, they're going to give Colin Belding with kicking the ball, and the Hot Dogs are going to regain possession down under their own basket on the bench. Going to be triggered in by Justin Spears, a 6-foot senior. Shot up by Hall, up and no good. There's a better pass. Oh, and he missed the layup. A lot of layups missed here by both teams. I mean, this is just a helter-skelter. Yep, absolutely. Frankfort on the attack. Here's Swoboda. He gets it into Porter. Porter can't do anything with it. Now back to Eason. He drives the baseline up and no good. Colin Belding with a rebound for Lafayette Jeff. Over to Barry at half court. Barry on the wing. Dribbling around. Now he heads to the baseline. Shot up and missed. Colin Belding was shot up and missed, but he's fouled. Well, we're not sure when that injury occurred, but he does have his left hand. Yep, he's got part of his thumb there, so he's going to shoot 2 free throws. 4:45 to go here in the third period. 34 for Frankfort and 31 for Lafayette Jeff as Belding missed the first free throw. You got to get these free ones. They'll come back to haunt you here. This is definitely not Bronco basketball. Belding shot, second free throw up and good, and they trail by 2 now. 34-32 with 4:44 to go here in the third period. And we just need to settle down here. We definitely, compared man-to-man, should be a lot better. There's a nice steal by Colin Belding as he headed over towards the wing and goes out of bounds with the basketball. So good hustle play by Colin Belding, the 6-foot junior for Lafayette Jeff. Porter, top of the key, being hawked by Roddy Richardson. Now over to Eason. Eason being guarded by Colin Belding. He's at the top of the key. Now the little weave going. Porter, 15-footer, up and no good. Roddy Richardson skies for the rebound. Gets it over to Barry. He's over on the wing. Now headed into the paint. Loses a handle. Gets the ball back. Shot up and no good. Belding with a tip. Again with another tip by Belding. Up and no good. There's Belding hits the floor. up and no good. Here comes Barry, being guarded by Porter. Barry throws it almost out of bounds, but recovered by Roddy Richardson. Richardson back to Barry. Barry to the baseline. Shot up and no good. Like we're going to get a foul on Tim Eason. Barry foul on the shot. Tim Eason looks like he pushed him on the end. So Barry's going to shoot 2 free throws for Lafayette Jeff. But you've been saying it's been a lot of circus shots going on, not really shots toward the basket. They look like the Broncos look like they've been shooting to draw fouls, and obviously they're not getting the calls because they're not really common shots. They're just wild and unorthodox. Second free throw up and good, and this game is tied 34 apiece now. Frankfort on the attack. Swoboda gets it over to Moore. Shot up and no good. Roddy Richardson. Yep.
Wild shot misses. Going to be rebounded by Porter.
Nice block by Jesse Berry. Jesse Berry with a block. It's number 21, Tanner Swoboda. Took a shot there, but Berry swatted away under the baseline. It's going to be triggered in by Stanley Moore of the Hot Dogs. He gets it into Porter. Porter in the paint. He throws it out of bounds. So another turnover by the Hot Dogs. As the first half statistics had the Hot Dogs are 14 turnovers. Nick Stacy on the baseline, 17-footer. No good. Roddy Richardson finally get an offensive rebound for the Broncos, and it misses a bunny, but he's fouled. So there's a good sign right there, Tyler. And Alex finally get an offensive rebound for the Broncos.
Roddy Richardson's going to go to the line with 2 free throws.
First free throw by Richardson, up and no good.
Richardson looks a little frustrated. I think he wants to take the lead for the Broncos.
Well, the Broncos are only 3 out of 6 for the first half statistics in the free throw line, and usually you got to get those stats up to about 70-80%. Second free throw again missed by Roddy Richardson. The game still tied 34 with 3 minutes to go in the third period.
R.J. Layton playing pretty press defense at the top of the key.
Almost a 5 count. Belding tries to get a steal. Shut up by Eason, up and no good. Rashid trying to get the rebound. We got a timeout, possession by Frankfort. They had possession, called a timeout, so a 30-second timeout called by the Hot Dogs. Again, with 2:49 to go here in the third period. Stanley Moore going to trigger it in for Frankfort. The game tied. He gets it into Porter. Porter, a 17-footer, up and good. So a nice 17-footer by the 6'3 senior Troy Porter as the Frankfort leads 36-34. Barry shot up and good from the baseline. He gets knocked to the floor.
We're going to get the triple team there.
Frankfort on the attack. Here comes Swoboda, and he loses a ball out of bounds.
It's going to be Bronco ball.
Another turnover by the Hot Dogs here. Game tied 36-36 with 2:28 to go here in the third period.
Justin Spears is coming in for the Frankfort Hot Dogs.
Again, Barry gets the ball across the timeline. A man-to-man defense. Rashad in the baseline, shot up and good. So it looks like maybe the shots are starting to fall now.
Broncos with the lead, 38-36.
Here comes Spears. He drives the baseline. Now over out to Moore. Moore can't do anything. Three-pointer by Swoboda, up and no good. And Roddy Richardson again with a rebound.
Get those rebounds, and Frankfurt's not getting any shot down against the Broncos.
Richardson shot up and no good, but gets his own rebound as he knocks Troy Porter to the floor. No call.
He's been getting a lot of rebounds in this half, Roddy Richardson.
Now the Broncos lead 40-36 with 1:35 to go. This is more like it. Frankfort moving the ball around. Three-pointer by Justin Spears right in front of the Frankfort bench.
That was a big shot for Frankfort.
Cuts the lead here with 1:23 to go. Barry. Rasheed Richardson shot up and no good. A three-pointer, but a good hustle play by Colin Belting. He's going in for a layup, and he gets called for a charging foul. So a nice defensive play there by the 5'8 junior Stanley Moore for the Hot Dogs. First foul committed by the Broncos here in the third period.
Looks like Colin Belting's going to go out for Courtney Walden.
That was a nice move, but you got to give the defensive credit. He was a nice defensive play there by Stanley Moore as he took the charge for the Hot Dogs.
Ever since Collins hurt his thumb, looks like he's been a little uneasy about playing tonight.
40-39, Lafayette Jeff over Frankfort here. We're in the third period. 1 minute to go. Frankfort on the attack. Troy Porter turnaround shot up and no good. And Jesse Berry with the rebound. He's got the ball over to half court. He's driving the baseline. Shot up and good. Here's a layup. The Broncos not back. Shot up and Swoboda takes a shot and misses it, but he's going to shoot 2 free throws.
Could be a foul on. Could be Courtney Walden.
Looks like they got Rashad Richardson for the Broncos. That's his first foul, second team foul on the Broncos with 41 seconds to go here in the third period.
Swoboda's going to take 2 free throws, and the first one's good.
Yeah, 42-40 now. Lafayette Jeff leading by 2 points here in the first game on the second night of the JNC Hoops Classic. Second free throw up and no good. Richardson with the rebound. He gets it to Barry.
40 seconds left in the third quarter.
Barry across the timeline, being hawked by Spears. Rasheed Richardson with a three-pointer.
Big swish by Rashad Richardson.
Rashad Richardson, that's more like it. They'll probably try and get on him, but if you leave him open like that, he's going to get nothing but net. Broncos really hawking defense, man-to-man defense now.
Double team with Barry and Richardson.
Really quick hands of both Jesse Berry and Rasheed Richardson. Hawking the ball handler in Troy Porter. Number 40, Akay McClatchy coming in now for the Broncos to give a Bronco a rest here. Spears being hawked by Layton. We're down to 6 seconds to go. Swoboda gets it over to Moore for a three-pointer up and no good.
Rebound by Richardson, and that's the end of the third quarter.
Well, we've come to the end of the third period, as Tyler said, with beating the Frankfort Hot Dogs by a score of 45-40. Frankfort going to trigger in the out of bounds at half court, and we're underway here. Shot up, three-pointer up and no good by Spears. Out of bounds, looks like it went off the hands of Roddy Richardson, so it's going to be retained by the Hot Dogs. Well, Tyler and Alex, we just need to, got a 5-point lead here. We just need to hold on to it.
It's a good lead right now after trailing by 5 and 3 most of the game.
Porter shot up and no good, and a rebound by number 10, and is that number 10? No, it's number 40, excuse me. That shot up by Dakota Isdrig.
Foul on Rashad Richardson.
That's his second foul, only the third team foul called on the Broncos, as Dakota Isdrig going to shoot 2 free throws here. He's a 6-foot junior. First free throw up and no good. 4 team fouls on Frankfort, 3 team fouls on Lafayette Jeff. 7:49 to go, 45-40. A good, even in the past game, Tyler and Alex, we always seem to have a good third period. Rossville scored a total of 35 points, and we had 40 points in the third period alone in our first game. So
that was a good third period for the Broncos. See if they keep it up in this court.
Yeah. Second free throw up and good, and it's 45-41. Oh, a traveling violation by Nick Stacey. He took a pass from Jesse Barry at the top of the key, and turnover.
Get it.
So the Hot Dogs going to.
Justin Spears takes it in, crosses midpoint, guarded by Colin Belting. Pass over to Moore. Back to Isgrig, and then pass to Justin Spears. To Porter. Porter with a three-pointer, and it is good. 45-44 Broncos.
I think they may have missed a traveling there right in front of Frankfort. Coach Bunnell didn't like that call after he got to hit the three-pointer.
Shot with an open three. Swish and good.
you, he's got the dead eye tonight.
Both Richardson's got that dead eye for the three-pointer.
Frankfort on the attack.
More guarded hard by Barry. Supporter, Roddy Richardson got him. Spears with the three, and he's good.
Justin Spears, he's left open. 48-47. Broncos leading just by a mere point here with 6:40 to go in the game. In fact, the Broncos are going to be a lot more patient here. Alex and Tyler just a lot more patient on offense here. We get down toward the end of this ball game.
Stacy with the three, and it is good. Give me a timeout by Lafayette Broncos.
30-second timeout, so Frankfort gets the ball into the half court. Justin Spears crosses half court for the Hot Dogs. 6:18 to go.
Full court press, and it's going to be
almost a turnover. It is a turnover.
Steal by Rashad Richardson. Stacy's going to take it down past Richardson, and no good on three.
She needs to follow his shot there. He might have got it right back to him.
So yeah, Stacy smacked it out of Moore's hands. It's going to go out of bounds. Frankfort ball.
Evan Hall, the 6'3" senior for Frankfort. Substitution as number 40, Dakota Isdrake, taking a break here with 6 minutes to go. 51-47, Lafayette Jeff on top. Frankfort triggering in the baseline. Gets the ball into Evan Hall. He can't do anything, being guarded by Richardson. Shot up.
The shot, and it could be a...
It's like a foul on Nick Stacy. He tried to come in there and help out on defense and got blocked, but I think he got too much of the arm.
Evan Hall is going to take 2 free-pointers.
Hall with 2 free throws here with 5:53 to go. 51-47, Lafayette Jeff on top. Both teams now have committed 4 team fouls here in the second half. First free throw, I didn't hear him call bank. I don't know whether we should count that or not, but he hit the little white square at the basket there. That's what they always ask, did he call bank, because he banked that free throw in. 51-48.
Hall's going to take his second free throw, and it is no good. Rebound by Rashad Richardson. Richardson's going to take it down. Pass to Roddy Richardson. He's going to drive and takes a shot, and it is no good. Rebound by Roddy. One more shot, and it is good. 53-48 Broncos.
We're at the 5:30 mark here in the fourth period. 53-48. Another turnover.
Steal by Jesse Berry.
Look out.
Driving. Tried to go for the layup, but it's going to be a foul on
Evan Hall.
Looks like he was going for the slam dunk there.
Yeah, I think Hall knew that and kind of got Barry pretty good, so he wouldn't get that. So 2 free throws here for Barry with 5:25 to go, and the Broncos leading by 5, 53-48.
Barry's first three is good. The student section loves it when Barry makes that slam dunk, though. Might have been worried about that morale.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Alex, you got any comments? What do you think? We're going to take us home here with a win?
Well, it seems like our offense has picked up, but now our defense is lacking quite a bit. I think we're using teamwork a little bit better.
Yeah, we're on the defense here as they're trying to double team all over the half court here with 5:13 to go.
Keeping everything on the outside. Shot up by...
That's going to be...
Easton with the shot, and it's going to be a foul on... Looks like Rashad Richardson.
Yeah, Rashad a little bit too close there.
That's third foul by Rashad Richardson. 5 fouls for each team in this half.
5:10 to go. Lafayette Jeff on top, 55-48. Easton's first free throw up and no good. And boy, these missed free throws coming back to haunt the Hot Dogs here. They've missed quite a few here in this second half.
Looks like that defense actually picked it up and put the heat on them.
Again, a free throw missed.
Rashad Richardson with the rebound.
Rashad Richardson again, cross half court, gets it into his brother, Roddy. Colin Belding.
Wide open with 3, and it's no good.
Stacy was trying to get that rebound, but he was blocked out by Swoboda. Here comes Porter. He's at the top of the key. Again, the Broncos playing hawking defense. A shot
with a fancy shot, but no good. Rebound by Richardson. It's going to be a steal by Sabata. The Porter with the shot, no good. Rebound by Roddy Richardson.
Boy, how do you miss them so close?
Richardson drives and no good on the layup. Spears bringing it down. Wide open to Easton, blocked by Rashad. It's going to be another foul on Rashad.
A little bit too close there, trying to get the block shot. Going to be 2 free throws coming up here for the Hot Dogs.
That's the 4th foul for Rashad Richardson. They have to watch out for him. 5 fouls to foul out.
Eason, the 6-foot senior for Hot Dogs. 2 free throws here. First one up and good. McClatchy coming in for Lafayette Jeff.
Rashad Richardson going out.
Well, he hit a couple big threes here in this second half for the Broncos.
He's done a lot for the Broncos this half. Easton's second free throw's up and no good. Rebound by Colin Belting. Barry brings it down, pass to Stacy. Stacy driving, air ball on the layup. Rebound by Roddy Richardson. Richardson drives and shoots, and it is no good. Rebound by Easton. Porter's going to be bringing it down for Frankfort.
I'd hate to see our shooting percentage because it's really not very good. We haven't hit hardly anything in the paint in this second half.
That should be the easy shot, those layups, but there's no layup is really going in for the Broncos. McClatchy with the hard defense. Drive by Spears, and it's good.
Well, Jason Good, head coach for the Hot Dogs, is going to take a full timeout with fans. Continue following into the Crawley Center here. I'm Sweet Lou, Jeff Luzader, along with Alex Lynn and Tyler Gunther here, bring you play-by-play action of Lafayette Jeff boys basketball in the J&C Hoops Classic 2009 edition. 3:40 to go here in the ball game, with the Broncos leading the Frankfort Hot Dogs 55-51. The Broncos on the attack. Jesse Berry, 17-footer, up and no good. Colin Belding tried to tip. Roddy Richardson trying to reach in, but cannot get the rebound, and it's pulled down by Easton. Easton
there with the hard
push off here. A little extracurricular activity going on, and no call. Coach Bundle not real happy for the Broncos, as it looked like Justin Spears was taking a little chicken leg and kind of pushing away there as he's headed down, dribbling the ball down court. Tim Easton, a 6-foot senior, going to shoot 2 free throws here. That's a 17th foul on the Broncos now. Shot up and is good. That closes the gap to 55-52. Lafayette Jeff over Frankfort.
Broncos need to get back into this game. They got to win this game.
Second free throw up and no good. Roddy Richardson again with the rebound. Gets it over to Barry as he crosses half court with 3:10 to go here in the game. Again, the Bronco defense slowing down here. Roddy Richardson, top of the key. He's being hawked by Troy Porter. Now he dribbles, 17-footer. Oh, the ball goes out of bounds off of Nick Stacy's hands.
If Stacy couldn't hang on, that's going to be Frankfort ball.
It looked like to me maybe Nick was trying to make a move before he dribbled the ball, and it just slipped out of his hand and went out of bounds. So we're at the 3-minute mark. Broncos lead by 3 here over Frankfort, but Frankfort on the attack. Shot up and good by Evan Hall as it's 55-54.
This is either team's game right now.
Well, we just can't turn the ball over. Here's Barry. He's triple teamed and loses the handle, and Frankfort's got the rebound.
Looks like Frankfort's going to slow it down a little bit, try to get the lead back.
Yep, Barry's going to get called for a reach-in foul, and it's going to be bonus shots here. The Broncos, defending champions of the J&C Hoops Classic.
8 fouls by the Broncos this half.
They're still leading by a score of 55-54, but that defending championship heading into the 2009's in jeopardy here if they lose this game. Free throw up and no good, and a rebound by Porter. Porter gets it over to Easton. Easton shot up and no good, and there's Colin Belding with the rebound. 2:17 to go here. This is going to go right down to the end. Richardson, basket, shot up and no good. Belding with a tip, no good. Belding again with a rebound. Rashad Richardson picks it up off the floor. Now to Roddy Richardson on the baseline. Now over to Nick Stacy. They pace Richardson, going to head to the basket. Shot up and offensive foul called on Richardson. He should have stopped and popped, but he ran into number 22, Tim Eason, an offensive foul called on Richardson.
It's going to be Frankfort ball with 1:55 left. Close game.
Now anything can happen here. The Broncos still leading 55-54. 1:55 to go, and because Richardson hit the floor on that charging foul, they've got some moisture cleaning up here on the right-hand side, right in front of the, under the basket of Lafayette Jeff. The Broncos need to get things together here, leading by 1 with 1:55 to go. They got to watch their fouls. They've committed 19 fouls, so the next foul will be double bonus for Frankfort. I'm sure Frankfort's going to look for a real good shot here, trailing by 1 to try and take the lead here. Moving the ball around is Spears. He's in the paint, nowhere to go right now. Now it's back to him. He's in the paint. Now stops, can't do anything. Handle almost lost by Hall. Here's Spears going in for the shot up and no good. And Rashid Richardson with the rebound, and he almost throws it away. Here's Barry in the paint. Can't do anything. Now to Roddy at the top of the key. He can't do anything, and a timeout called by Coach Scott Bunnell of the Lafayette Jefferson Broncos. It's going to be a full timeout. So we'll take a 1-minute break. 9 J&C Hoops Classic.
This game's coming down to be a real nail-biter for Broncos. Barry's going to take the ball down the court.
Well, I'm sure we're going to look for one. Barry, shot in the paint, up and good. 57-54, 1 minute to go here. Frankfort on the attack. Don't go away, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to go right down to the end here with 55 seconds to go. Frankfort on the attack. Here's Eason, stolen by Nick Stacy. He's going to shoot it up and no good. And a rebound by Frankfort. So the Broncos could have had a 5-point lead, but maybe a hurried shot there. Here's Spears, shot up and blocked, but it's going to be a foul on Colin Belting here. Almost a great defensive play, but he got too much of the arm of Justin Spears, the 6-foot senior for the Frankfort Hot Dogs. That's Colin Belting's 14th foul, and the 10th team foul now on Lafayette Jeff. Well, as I said earlier, Tyler's going to come down to free throws here. We'll see what the Hot Dogs can do.
They've been bad on free throws all the second half, so we can only hope on that.
First free throw up and no good.
Spears is not happy about that miss.
Well, he's going to try and close Frankfort to within 2 here. 57. Free throw up. A second one no good. Jesse Berry with a rebound. So a golden opportunity going to arrive as Spears fouls Jesse Berry. That's only the 7th team foul. No, the 16th foul called on Frankfort. So the ball will be placed out of bounds. 57 for Lafayette Jeff, 54 for Frankfort. 33.7 seconds to go. Timeout by Frankfort. It's a full one. We'll go ahead and keep it here. As
Roddy Richardson's been pretty hot on the shot, though.
I would probably want him at the free throw line. Nick Stacy going to trigger it in. He gets it into Roddy Richardson. Colin Belling underneath the basket, and he gets fouled. So Jason Good, I'm sure, did not want that to happen, but somebody on defense lost track of Colin Belling. He was down on the baseline, and he just stepped in the paint. Roddy Richardson threw it to him. He had a funny shot and then got fouled to boot.
59-54, and Belting with the free throw. So looks like it could be a 6-point lead possibly for the Broncos.
Free throw up and good. 60-54, Lafayette Jeff. Looks like they're going to avoid a scare here in the 2009 J&C Hoops Classic as Jason's Good Frankfort Hot Dogs came in or had the lead for a while, but then Barry getting too close and commits a reach-in foul. Again, the Broncos in the double bonus. That's the second foul on Jesse Berry. So 2 free throws coming for Justin Spears. This guy looks like the quarterback of the Hot Dogs. He's playing a nice floor game.
Broncos are going to get by in a game where they played a little messy, but...
As Spears misses a free throw, that's 3 in a row. He was there just a while ago and missed 2 free throws.
Looks like just enough luck and skill on the Broncos side.
22 seconds to go, 60-54. Free throw up and no good, and Spears has missed 4 free throws in a row. If he'd have hit those 4, it would have been 60-58. A 2-point lead could have changed things drastically, but missing 4 free throws. 60-54, 20 seconds to go. Nick Stacy going to trigger it in for the Broncos here. He gets it into Barry. Barry's going to be fouled by Troy Porter. 8th team foul called on the Hot Dogs, so still in the 1 and bonus for Lafayette Jeff. Completely different team, the Broncos, here in the second half. It was just kind of helter-skelter first half, wild shots. Played a whole different game here. First free throw by Barry is good, 61-54, 19.4 seconds to go. And it looks like the Broncos are going to record their second win in this young 2009 season. Second free throw by Barry is up and good. 8-point lead now, 18 seconds to go. Just want to let the turnover. Here comes Barry. Look out. And he does it.
Barry with the slam, hitting the student section of the Broncos wild.
3-pointer up and no good. 1 second to go. Belting loses it out of bounds, and there's the buzzer. So the Broncos avoid a scare here in the J&C Hoops Classic. And the final score, Lafayette Jeff 64 and the Frankfort Hot Dogs 54.